Alright, we're getting ready to do a move out cleaning for someone who's vacating this apartment, and they're out and they cleaned up pretty nice, and they vacuumed. We can see the vacuum marks and everything pretty good. But what they didn't do is they're supposed to get their carpets cleaned before they move out. So he pre-sprayed this living room, and there's a machine down the hall. So we're getting ready to start up here in a second. And the carpets look pretty decent, so we're not going to have to, it's not going to take a lot of time to scrub or anything like that, because they look pretty nice.
We do enough dirty carpets. We appreciate the ones that aren't real trash.
Yeah. In fact, the only reason someone would probably get a carpet like this cleaned is because they have to do it to get their deposit back. Yeah, we got funky light today because it's dark. It's just dark enough on this side of the building. We have to use the overhead lights. They're not super bright, and so we don't know how it's going to look on this camera. Oh, we're using Betco Green Earth. On this one, I'll put a link in the description. It does a good job. It's has a carpet-safe solvent and a pretty strong peroxide, and that's all that's really in it. And if you look up the MSDS and everything, there's nothing harmful in this. It's not. A lot of people say that the solvent. They say that this stuff will leave a residue that's going to cause problems, and that is harsh on the carpets because of the solvent. But actually, it's a very, very safe cleaner, and it's Green Seal approved. I'll give you a link to look at this on Amazon. You can look at all the health ratings it's got. It's one of the healthiest cleaners you can use. They use this in healthcare places and care homes, things like that. It's authorized to be able to clean in there. And if you look on the bottle, on the label, it tells you the carpet cleaning directions. You can use it straight as a spotter, or you can dilute it. We dilute this to like usually about 4 ounces to 6 ounces a gallon. On a really bad carpet, we might go to 8, but you don't have to use it that heavy. And it's really cut down on our needing to use other chemicals for spotters and stuff, because this does a pretty good job.
There is some carpet cloggers in here that, when they vacuum, apparently this is a new carpet, fairly new, because when the people vacuumed it, they moved out, there's carpet cloggers up on top of the carpet over here in the corner, over there. So that means it's a new carpet, and it's never been vacuumed after it was installed. So some of the new cloggers that should have been vacuumed out when they installed happened to never take it out because they never vacuumed it when they installed it, which they should do, and they didn't.
This is one of the few places we've seen where they probably didn't have any pets. See, because of the legislation that's in place now nationwide, that even in an apartment complex that does not accept pets, if someone goes and gets a doctor's note, they have to let them have a pet. But the only thing they can really do is they could charge them for damages. But even there's some really nice apartment complexes that had a zero pets policy, and they have to let them have pets. And so what's happened is, and it's been going on for at least a couple of years, so what's happened with a lot of these apartment complexes is every apartment is full of dog feces and urine, and it's not feasible to clean them, so they just replace the carpets generally every time. And the problem is the carpets that they're getting these days, there's some really low quality carpets you could buy that are inexpensive, They look nice when somebody moves in, but these aren't like the old carpets that we used to clean here. These carpets here, usually after about 3 months, the fibers are already destroyed from foot traffic. They're only designed to really last about 3 to 6 months, and then they usually fall apart. And if they have pets and stuff, they won't even last that long because they're uncleanable, basically. So this carpet, the fact that they moved out and they're trying to get the deposit back means they stayed here a whole year. They didn't destroy the carpet, so they must have been very, very careful with these. Because the truth is, they only clean like...
You can keep the camera on. I'm just going to go spray the next room and we're going to move.
They only clean like 1 out of 10 carpets these days because they won't last. And so it's a waste of money to try to clean them because you can't make them look good because you can't get the damage out. And a lot of the stains and stuff just are impossible to get out these days too because the carpet's not long term. You can't use it long term. It's just good enough to rent an apartment or sell an inexpensive house. And after that, the owner's going to end up having to replace the carpets a lot sooner than expected because you can't tell by looking that they're that cheap of a grade, but they are. And what they'd have to pay a carpet cleaner to come in here and spend a few hours getting the carpets as clean as he could, it's cheaper just to replace the carpets these days because they got some people to install them that don't charge that much, and they actually come from like 2 hours away, and they bring the carpet with them, and it's still cheaper than getting a carpet cleaner to come in here and try to fix all the pet damage. So if people that clean apartment carpets that make it a big part of their business, they're going to start seeing they get fewer and fewer calls for it. We don't try to work for apartment complexes anymore just because of that.
Not particularly.
Because you'll rarely get any work, and when you do, it's going to be a major almost restoration cleaning, and then you still aren't going to be able to make it look very good. And so,
You go to that room. You also go in that room.
all right.
I'll be right there. I'm starting instantly.
But anyway, so cleaning a carpet in apartments these days is pretty rare because most of the people move out of here, they just automatically replace the carpets because they know if they're ugly at all, there's no way to get them cleaned economically. So we used to work at this complex and they cleaned every carpet, but these are carpets now that you can't clean, so they have to just replace them. Which is fine with us because we were kind of getting tired of working at a complex where they call you at 5 o'clock on a Friday and say we got someone moving in a few hours, so we need the carpet cleaned right now, because that really gets old.
It sure does. Right when the pizza arrives, you got Domino's and they drop the pizza off and then the phone rings.
Yeah, and you got to leave for a couple of hours, you know.
And me and Joe, the way we do our business, we don't care how booked up we are. When the phone rings, we go to work. We don't.
Yeah, if we're on a job, then we have to finish that job. But usually people call. We try to offer same-day service
as much as
possible. And I don't care if it's a Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and someone calls on the phone. If they're ready to have it done right now, we just go and get it done.
We'll literally work on Christmas morning. We don't care.
Yeah, in these small towns.
We put our business first, so we take every job we can as quick as we can get in on.
Well, in these small towns, you know, people are really impulsive about if they schedule for 2 or 3 days from now. Odds are, when it's time to go there and you try to get on the phone, you can't get a hold of them. And so a lot of people cancel. They have remorse. They decide they don't want to spend the money, so they if you don't do it right now, you may not get to. So.
Well, that's part of it. Plus, we're just real devoted to getting out there and working. We love working, so when we get the chance, I mean, we won't love doing this, right?
Yeah.
So when the phone rings, we go do it.
I'm gonna show you
in the middle of the night or.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna show you this next room. It's pretty big, and it might have better lighting. But those of you who've watched our channel over the years, you've seen this floor plan several hundred times because this is basically a 2-bedroom. No washer and dryer hookups in this complex. There's one that's almost identical to this, but they have washer and dryer hookups, and they don't have the huge bedroom closet in the big bedroom. And they're slightly different, but real similar. Yeah, we haven't been videoing a lot of our work the last year or so, but we're trying to start putting a little more videos out with it, because the truth is we don't really change much. And so, you know, that's the thing. People want to see different things all the time, and we don't really do that. I'm trying to see. Yeah, on the other side of the fence down there, which I don't think you can see, and the window's a little steamed up right now. But there's the other side of this complex. And they're actually different complexes, but they're owned by the same management company. And that side there has washer and dry hookups. They have 3 bedrooms. They have a lot more teenagers and a lot more problems in the parking lot.
And it's something about videos. If you make too many of them, people will start taking you for granted. If you're putting up 6, 7 videos a week, people start figuring they can skip certain ones because they can catch you again in a couple of days anyway. And
yeah, we used to do daily videos because people were asking for it. But what happens is you got one guy that asks for like a time-lapse video. It's like, I just love it when people do time-lapse because the videos are too long if you don't. Well, it turns out that's the only guy that really likes that kind of video. And so if you do what people ask you to do, a lot of times you're going to disinterest everybody else because they don't want to see that.
Quarter?
No, I'm okay.
I'll pick one up.
Well, now you can go buy a gumball. I bet those are I bet those are like 75 cents to $1 for a gumball these days.
I bet they are too.
Yeah. We're trying to show this kind of in real time so you can see that since this carpet is pretty good looking all on its own, it's just a technicality that we're cleaning it. It wouldn't get cleaned at all if it wasn't for the fact that they have to do it to get their deposit back. These days, even complexes, that if the carpets are decent looking, they may not even bother calling the carpet cleaners in because they don't want to spend any money. Yeah, I know they talked to the manager, and the expense of these apartments has really gone up because of the pet policy that they have to go along with. I mean,
real quick too, for those of you who are interested, if you like the products we're using in the video, Joel put a link for the sprayer, the Philippine sprayer, which is battery powered, you never have to pump it, and the Oreck program. And he can put in a link for the
Betco Green Earth,
the bonnets, and the pad driver you buy from Thibodaux Carpet Muscle.
Yeah, if you message him, he doesn't like people calling him because he doesn't have time to take phone calls. But if you message him, text message him on the phone number, I'll share.
I know that's annoying, but
he can hook you up because he's an official Challenger rep. So
yeah, he'll get you the deal.
Yeah. He sells their machines and all their products, so. And they make good products. There's so many hundreds and hundreds of products to choose from these days. It could be a little confusing, but we've always gotten by on very basic pre-sprays and things like that. You don't have to spend a fortune and have every chemical known to man.
Only if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to get into that whole pre-spray thing, you go ahead and spend hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on different sprays. Every time someone comes out and goes, I got a good pre-spray, you can buy it because the rest of them are. You can just get basic and save your money.
Well, we always get good results with the basic stuff. So when a new chemical comes out, we're not like we're not going to jump on the bandwagon and try it out, because we're not looking for some killer edge that if we got a chemical that doesn't seem to be working for us, we'll just find something else that's easy to get your hands on. And a lot of guys, they end up buying
pre-sprays. I don't want to tell nobody, but you can use a little soap and Dawn dishwashing liquid and clean a carpet. So if you want to go spend $50 or so on a gallon of pre-spray, that's cool. You don't have to, but if you want to, because everybody else has said, you can follow the crowd. Why not? It's only money, right?
Yeah, we don't care. A lot of people get mad at us because they think that we're against all their products they use. And the truth is,
any products.
We don't care what anybody uses, as long as they're use what you like to use.
If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, use the machines you like to use.
Whatever you want to, man. The world's your oyster.
Use whatever sprayer you want to use, and I don't care. To me, it's just it's your money. You can spend it however you want, and it's your business. If your customers are happy, don't worry about what anybody else says. Yeah, I'm not going to try to get any closer. You kind of get the gist. He's cleaning the closet.
I'll be out of here in a second.
See, these kind of carpets are the ones you can make money on, because the truth is, if you go to some carpet that's a complete disaster, you're gonna have to use a ton of chemicals, spend a lot of time, go through more bonnets. It's just, and you really don't always get more money because people only want to pay a certain price, and you gotta deal with the fact that you have competition, and a lot of them are just giving it away.
Well, I may have to call the customers about this and see if they want to get possibly get a post vacuum. And if we get a post vacuum, we may or may not get a video. I won't get a hold of them tonight because they're at work. So if we do a video on the post vacuum, it'll definitely be tomorrow. But we'll see. So there could be
Oh yeah,
video off this.
that reminds me. When you're dealing with move-out cleanings, always get paid up front.
Always.
Because people are leaving and they could tell you they're just moving down the street when they're actually leaving the state. And once you've got their carpets cleaned, if you can't find them to get paid, they got to clean it out of you. They get the deposit back, and you're just sitting there looking like an idiot. So.
And there's nothing worse than cleaning a restaurant that you don't know that they're going out of business. They will not pay you.
Yeah, during COVID, that was going on a lot. The carpet cleaners would clean a big, nasty restaurant, and what they didn't know was they were basically getting ready to close shop completely and sell all their equipment off to somebody who could actually make money at the time. And there's a lot of carpet cleaners that didn't get paid for their work because they trusted people to pay them afterwards. We really don't do that.
Nope. Our whole business operates off the fact you can't trust nobody. Pay me now.
Well, in this town that we live in, it's really like that because people here write bad checks. They close their bank account. It's really a town where everybody just knows you're dealing cash. And that's pretty much how everybody has to be. Because
I tell people we live in a prepay world, so prepay me.
Yeah, because people around here, it's very common for people to give you a bad check. It's very common for them to cancel a credit card transaction. And we don't want to deal with all those hassles. So.
But since we're almost done, let me say this. If you're interested in getting in this business, and this looks like fun, it's fun. All you gotta do is obey go over the Oreck. You need the Oreck, you need a pad jogger, and you need a good sprayer. The stuff we use in the video is what I would recommend. It don't cost a ton of money, and it'll get you, not just get you going. You can do this for the next 20 years with the same kind of equipment. You can upgrade the bigger stuff, or you never need to. It's up to you.
Yeah, we got started in the late 70s cleaning because we got forced to by our dad. We were only 14, and he said it's time for you guys to start working.
He said, earn your keep.
Yeah, and you know,
and we
he had a bunch of rental properties and he had medical offices and stuff. So he put us to work, and cleaning carpets was one of the first things we learned how to do.
Yep.
Daily vacuuming, and then having to clean the carpets as they got dirty. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, equipment that worked good in the 70s still works.
Oh, by the way, come in here. This video hasn't stopped at all. Paused, right?
No.
So y'all know how long we've been working. That's dry.
Yeah.
That's how fast carpets dry when you low moisture clean.
Well, we put down a light pre-spray, and then we clean it up as fast as we can, and then the carpets will just surface dry. We don't have the ceiling fans on. We don't have to do any of that because we're not putting down enough moisture. Even in this whole apartment, we barely used like a little over a cup of pre-spray probably. So anyway, I'm gonna end the video here because we rambled enough.
Oh, and we may come back with another video doing a post vacuuming. We'll see if the customer wants to pony up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we won't. But if they pay, we'll come back.
Yeah.
And there'll be one more video at this place.
All right. That's going to be it for this one. Glad you guys watched our video. We appreciate you if you subscribe and hit the notifications so you can see all of our videos. And just watch the ones that look interesting to you and then skip the rest because that's what we do.
Yeah.
All right. Glad you watched it, and thanks, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.